Hey everyone, it's Jay. I thought I would go ahead and give everyone a quick update. And I got some great news actually that I'm going to share with you at the end of the video. So the video may be a little bit longer than normal. So do me a favor, please stick through to the end so I can share some exciting news because I don't always get to share exciting news these days. So I want to share some exciting news with you in a moment. But let me first give you a quick update. I think the last update I did was early in February, so now here we are early in March. I talked about the fact that unfortunately the cancer from my pancreas, which I've been battling for the last 3 years, has now spread into my liver. We know there are two tumors that had taken place and staged itself into the liver. I was going in for a procedure, if you recall. Well, that procedure happened, and it's called the histotripsy procedure. And that's where they actually use ultrasound and water in a very non-invasive way to take out tumors. And it's a procedure that's made for someone like me who has kind of reached their limits with radiation. And so I'm happy to report that I did go through that procedure, and it does look like they were able to get one of the two tumors from the liver, which I'm very, very happy about. I will know more about this for sure in a couple of weeks. So March 16th is going to be a big day. That's my next MRI, my next CT scan. And the doctors are going to really evaluate things at this point, not only with the remaining tumor in my liver, but also taking a look at the tumor in the pancreas. We will likely do some adjustments to the chemo, which I'm currently doing every 2 weeks and have been in the process of doing for the last year. Unfortunately, I also ended up with some blood counts that were not very good since the last time we spoke. I did end up having to get my 20th blood transfusion, but that did do the trick and was enabled me to get my chemo. As we've spoken before, it is a little bit like whack-a-mole. Once you think you're ready to go, then something else pops up. So I was able to get chemo. I was not able to get the nerve block that I was scheduled for. So that still is causing me a pretty decent amount of pain that I'm getting through. And we'll hopefully be able to get that done in a couple of weeks. So those are the big updates. Chemo again on Monday. Again, I continue to appreciate all your thoughts and your prayers. Everybody that's been helping out with the GoFundMe, with all the new medical bills. I mean, I just want to say thank you so much for all your support and help with that. It means so much to not only myself, but my family as well. And you guys are just amazing, and I appreciate that. Now, as promised, I want to deliver some good news for you. Last year, I had this idea that I wanted to do a podcast. Now, I know most of the time when someone tells me they're doing a podcast, I kind of roll my eyes because, let's be honest, who isn't doing a podcast these days, right? I though wanted to do a podcast not to really make any money at it, but to really just kind of spread the word about what I'm going through and about really what's kind of helped me get through this process. And the whole idea behind this was to try and help some others. And so I was able to put together an amazing team. The first person I called was my very dear friend, Adrienne Finch. I've known Adrienne forever. She is not only an amazing human being, she's a former student of mine, but she's also an incredible influencer with over 1 million followers, because I knew that, you know, with only the few people that follow me, that's probably not going to push the needle. So having Adrienne really host this show and talk to me has been really great. And so we started this early last year. We brought in my wonderful son, Parker, to produce everything for us. And that's been a dream come true, being able to work with him on this. So we've got a small, nimble group, but we decided we were going to go ahead and record about 10 to 12 episodes before we made the announcement. So I'm happy to report that starting today, Monday, when you see this video, we're actually launching the Cancer Sucks podcast. And as you know, cancer does suck. I can assure you the podcast will not, by the way. But really the title of the show is Cancer Sucks but your life doesn't have to. And that is so true and so important, and words that I have certainly lived by. People tell me all the time how amazed they are with my attitude, and it means a lot to me. But really, I love life. I love living. I love my family. I love my friends. I love my colleagues. I love being here. And so for me, it's a pretty simple thing to fight to want to stay here. And so part of the podcast is really, it's uplifting. Yes, we talk about cancer, but we talk about it specifically as it's sort of related to me and what I'm going through. And I talk about some of the things that have helped me, and also some of the things that I've kind of noticed on this journey along the way. We do have plans to eventually bring in some guests. We're going to be answering some questions once we go live. But I really do think, hopefully everyone will look at this as, 45 minutes to an hour of inspiration each week. I've enjoyed it a lot. It's frankly been some good medicine for me as well. And Adrienne has done such a great job of asking these questions. So please do me a favor. Please check out the podcast for us. Follow us. Cancer Sucks, the podcast. We're on Instagram, a lot of social media. We really do want to get this built up because, again, I think that there are a lot of people that this podcast can actually help. And that's really the main objective here. And if I can help 3 or 4 people, then I've done my job, by the way. So I appreciate all of you helping spread the word like you always have. It means a lot to me. We'll have a new episode coming out every week. Of course, I'd love to hear your feedback as well, because we want to make the best possible show and make it entertaining as well. And again, one of the things I will say, when I looked at a lot of the cancer podcasts that are out there, not disparaging any of them, because they're actually some really good podcasts, but they're very medical. They're very heavy on the science. Some of them are a little doom and gloom. That's not what we're doing here. What we're doing here is we're talking about, yes, it does suck when you have to go through life with cancer, but your life really doesn't have to. There are so many great things that you will discover along the way when you're going through this journey that I know I have. And we talk about those things. And so I think even if you're not going through cancer, you'll get something out of it. If you know someone that is going through cancer, please share with them. If you know a caregiver, please share with them, because I do think it'll help them all out. So thank you all so much. I'll close again by just saying again, give people a break. You never know what someone is going through, whether they're going through something bad or a friend of theirs. You may have just caught them on a bad day. So give them a little bit of slack and treat them the way you'd like to be treated yourself. God bless all of you. Thank you for always being there for me. I'll have another update once we get these results from the MRI and just kind of keep you updated on what we're going through. But thank you again for everything. Love each and every one of you. And until next time, we'll talk to you soon. And please be sure to check out the Cancer Sucks podcast. Thanks, everybody.